Hello guys, Absolute Doors here coming at you with a new One Piece video, and in today's One Piece video we have for you the new One Piece ban list, guys. Seems that Bandai has given us the ban list. As you can see in front of us, we have the Notice of Prohibited Restricted Cards. From April 1st, 2024, Monday, the following cards will be added to the list of banned cards that cannot be included in your deck. So Bandai Upworld gave us the new ban list that will be coming into effect on April 1st, and I honestly can't believe how small this list is. Like, when I thought, or I heard that they're going to be making a new ban list for the One Piece card game, and I was like, oh, they're going to be hitting so many of the problem cards, I did not expect only 3 things to be hit. Now, these things are impactful, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you've got Sakazuki Leader completely banned. Like, this card, this deck was pretty much the strongest deck in the game, being that it's very consistent. You get to cycle your hand, it has decrease, you have all the removal in the best color, sort of blue and black. Like, you had everything in one leader and it was very, very strong. But I didn't expect them to outright ban it. I thought they were going to hit like Hina or Rebecca just to go ahead. Well, not even Rebecca because they're getting an SP, maybe Lucci instead. But I didn't expect them to ban it. And then you've got the next card, Reject, the new 4-cost event for Yellow, which hasn't even come out into the TCG yet. And it's banned already. This reminds me of like when Kabaji was banned for Nami, so we don't really get the chance to use it because we only get like 1 week with it because of the distribution in the UK is terrible, and if you're in Europe or other countries, you get to use it for like 3 weeks. Like, Reject doesn't even get a proper chance to be played, right? So crazy to think how that's getting banned. And if you guys don't know what it does, essentially what it does is you can go ahead and KO a 5-cost or less character, or if your opponent is on 1 life, you can go ahead and make them take a life, and then you also take a life. So the card was very, very strong, don't get me wrong, but I can't believe it's already banned before we even get the chance to really use it. And then the last card to actually get banned, Great Eruption, which I guess makes sense to an extent because the card was being abused in anything but Sucker as well, being used in like Perona and Gecko Moria as well to be able to get those cards decreased, and getting that free card to hand along with the 1 Don was pretty strong. And they are also making another one in like OPO 7 for the CP archetype that can decrease by 3 and draw a card if you have 10 cards in the trash. So it makes sense, but I feel like there was a lot of cards missed. Now, I didn't make a ban list prediction because I, 1, didn't have the time, I was sick, everything along those lines. I would have loved to have done it, but I just wasn't really well enough to do it, and I'm now better, guys. But like, generally, where's cards like the 10-cost Big Mom? Where's cards like stuff that in Red Green Law? Because that deck's still going to be really, really insane. I personally love Red Green Law, and I would rather it not be hit, so I'm happy it wasn't. But I feel like you should have probably hit something in Red Green Law as well. Maybe you put Law to like 2 or something, because now Red Green Law is just going to be a very powerful deck. And yes, you can say Gecko Moria is going to be able to control it, Perona is going to be able to control it, but let's be honest, they can like kill 1 thing a turn, whereas stuff like Sakazuki, which was really the thing holding Red Green Law back, could kill like multiple things in a turn, being able to play Rob Lucci and decrease tons of things, while also being able to put things to the bottom of the deck. And now I feel like it's going to be a lot harder for these decks to kind of deal with Red Green Law, so that's going to probably come back into the format. And I feel like there was just a lot of things that was missed, like especially 10 Mum, guys. I know I said it a moment ago, but 10 Mum should have been restricted to at least 1. Like, I feel like that card is just an absolutely abusive card, very, very insane, very strong, and I find it so hard to believe that Bandai was like, okay, we're going to ban Reject Dial because of it kills cards and takes life. We're going to kill Great Eruption because it draws a card and decrease cost. And we're going to ban Sakazuki because he's the most represented leader in the game. And just like they banned, I think they banned Whitebeard for like a month. They banned Whitebeard for like a month, I'm pretty sure. He was just like straight banned for like a month because he was the most represented leader. We're gonna ban Sakazuki. And I'm just shocked how the list was so small and they didn't hit more cards in other archetypes to kind of like balance it out. Now, I'm just shocked with that, because it's like these decks that are in the game, it really doesn't make sense. And we don't know if this is like a worldwide ban list just yet. Like, I believe it has been stated that it could be a worldwide ban list. I'm not 100% sure, so don't say that. I mean, I've heard people say it is, I've heard people say it isn't, but this is the ban list that we got from Worlds. This is most likely going to be for all regions of the One Piece TCG, meaning if you wanted to play Reject Dial, if you're a UK or a European or an American player, sadly you don't get to do that. You Saka players out there, you are actually getting a new replacement Sakazuki leader that is a lot worse than this Sakazuki leader, because I believe it's discard a Navy card and decrease an opponent's card by 1 cost. So yeah, it's not great, but it has the same colors. And yeah, like, I feel like there was just cards missed. I feel like we should have seen Tenmum on here. Guess you could have put Capone Beige on here too. I don't think it would have been amazing, but it could have been a card that you could put on there, just because it's like a cheat win, right? Like, a lot of the time you get the wins for free with that card, and it's just kind of annoying. Like, I feel like there's a lot more cards that could have been hit on the top of my head, but it's just like, I feel like mainly the priorities was like Tenmum needed to be hit, maybe something else in Red Green Lore just to kind of like hurt the deck a bit so it doesn't become the most overpowered deck in the game again. Maybe limit Nami or hit Dadan, like, because they are making another Dadan in OPO 7 as well, which is very similar to the current Dadan, where you can go ahead and trash a card and then look at the top 5 and add a character with 2k or less power to your hand. So that is a kind of like a replacement thing for Dadan. But I feel like, just looking at this ban list, I feel like they did a good job hitting Sakazuki, because it was a very abusive deck, but they just missed quite a lot of things. Like, Tenmum is just the thing that constantly comes to mind, because that card is just so abusive, that card is so strong. I would have rather that be on this list than see Reject Dial. So yeah, guys, that's just my personal thoughts on this ban list. I would love to hear your thoughts and everything in the comment section below, because obviously there's tons of different opinions on how this ban list has gone, why only hit 3 cards, what else could have been on the list, and I actually don't know what a lot of people would have wanted banned outside of like Tenmum. Like, I could have also would have appreciated if they just didn't ban Sakazuki outright and maybe hit the Hina or hit Lucci, or just hit these cards that, yes, they're strong cards and they make the deck good. Like, I think if Sakazuki just straight up lost Rob Lucci, it would have been a much fairer deck, and the deck would have still been playable because they still have like the 2-cost event that does what Lucci does, but it's fairer because, well, they don't get a body on top of it, right? So I feel like there's things they could have hit outside of just Sakazuki leader straight away and made the game a bit fairer overall. But overall, I think the ban list is going to make the game look really different. I feel like Red Green Lore is definitely going to have a surge. Katakuri is definitely going to have a massive surge here as well. Some black players or navy players might go back to Rebecca or go back to Smoker to try out these decks again, see how good they are. But yeah, I'm not really impressed with how many cards are hit. I'm also not impressed how they hit Reject Dial when, well, the rest of the world hasn't really had the chance to use it. If this is just for Asia, I'm fine with that. But from what I've been hearing, this is not just for Asia. This is for like the entirety of the world, from a lot of people I've been talking to about it. And I'm just kind of disappointed overall, guys. But hey, tell me what your thoughts are on this in the comment section below. As I said, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, hopefully we get a really good format after this, and we can see all sorts of these new decks come in the game, such as Yamato, Gecko Moria. All of these decks just be really cool and really fun. But anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Most likely going to be in a video talking about the best decks going into the April 1st format, and I'll see you guys later. Absolute Duelist, signing out. Later all.